Who like you, glorious in holiness, definitely you wonder hallelujah. Father, we thank you, keeping us alive for this moment. Thank you for protection. Thank you for your provision. Thank you for kindness. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for giving us another opportunity to study. Thank you for giving us another opportunity to learn. Your name be highly exalted in the name of Jesus. And we pray for attentiveness, come against the spirit of absent-mindedness. We pray that whatever we learn today will benefit us and we will not forget it in the name of Jesus. In Jesus' name, I pray. So welcome back. For those that don't know me, like I guess I've said that already. I am Godwin. So I'll be taking the class from where it's very hard stop. Okay. So I think now I have to use the chat box. You can hear me now, but um, I'd like you to indicate. You can hear me, indicate in the chat box whether you are following. Progress. Okay, so let us just start. Okay, so last week, sorry, yeah, last week and maybe this week, it's very hard started or continued HTML from where I from and started CSS. Okay, so now what is HTML? Like I said, HTML is a markup language used to add content for the web. Okay, so moving forward, we also said she also introduced CSS. Okay, and CSS is a styling language. Okay, and after you mark up your website, your CSS styling, then you can use JavaScript. So you can use JavaScript to implement some certain features. Okay, you can use JavaScript to implement some certain features. Now, what was now the asking since HTML is the styling, sorry, HTML is the markup language and CSS is the styling sheet. What is JavaScript? That's a very, very important system or a file system that we see. So what is JavaScript? JavaScript is a scripting or a programming language. You can actually call it a scripting language, of course, and it's also a programming language. So this JavaScript enables us to implement features on our web pages. Okay? JavaScript enables us to implement features on our web pages. So I don't know, sometimes I don't know, I mean, what I've tried to maybe purchase something, okay, maybe Jumia or something. There's this thing that maybe you can, when you click on an item now, can increment the amount of item, maybe you click on Clipper now, okay, and it can open the new page, Clipper. You can use it, the plus and the minus. You're clicking on the plus, so that the amount of Clipper will be increasing. You're clicking on that plus, it's going to 2, 3, 4, like that. When you click on minus, it's going to uh, goes down like 3, 2, 1, like that. Okay. So that is what, or that is one of the things JavaScript can do. Okay. So let us just jump into have what we have today. So the first question you ask is, what can JavaScript do? Okay, so let us just create maybe HTML element. HTML. So if you can still see my screen, I would like it to indicate to the chat box that I know that I'm not talking to myself. Well, I don't know why my voice is actually quite low, but I think it will be better over time. Okay, I think it will be better over time. I tried using my headphone, that it's still, I don't know if it's network or my laptop. I don't know network. So many of us want to ask this question: what does JavaScript do, right? What does I think all of us are familiar with this now. I think this one I was teaching HTML. So we all know what
Yes, sir.
is the head element, what the element, so on and so forth. I'm not teaching this one. But let me just try what I want to write. Okay. Some of us will be asking, what can JavaScript do? Okay. What can JavaScript do? JavaScript can do a lot of things. In fact, the kind of the list of things JavaScript can do is almost endless. It's almost endless. Okay, almost endless. So for today's class, you might not be able to code along with me. Okay, but I just want you to understand the concept first. What I want to do now is something that you just have to just watch. Okay, for maybe the first few minutes of this class. So let's start by listing what JavaScript can do. So what JavaScript can do, first of all, JavaScript can um, change the content of an element. JavaScript can change the content of an element. Okay, and let's start from that one. Right? You just pay attention. During the course of the class, I'll be mentioning a few things. So JavaScript can change. Let's say we have the paragraph here now, right? I will say hello, hello, hello class. Okay. So I don't know if you guys were sorry, I don't know if you were taught oh okay, I did that now. I thought of attributes here. I can attribute has this type three part now. Attribute name, equal to sign, and value quotation mark. Okay. So one of the attributes are ID. They are called the selector attribute. So now let's say I want to give this ID of I want to give this paragraph an ID of to paragraph or just let us read it. Okay. So let me just run this code and let's just um, so we have this paragraph hello class. Okay. So we can use JavaScript to change the content of this thing. Okay. Like I said, we might not be able to follow the proper thing, like understand exactly. But I just want to show you what JavaScript can do. Okay. Let me continue. So how do we do that? I can just now can write this in your notes now. JavaScripts are written in between script tags, in between script element or script tags. Let's say script element. The in between script element or script tag. So now this script can be placed in two places. Well, okay, well, let's define what the name of the so I'm going to place my script element here. So the JavaScript is written in between the script element. Okay. So now I want to change the content of these greetings. Okay. I want to change the content of these greetings to whatever I like. Okay. So let me just do what I want to do. If I not get not even so the document is getting by ID. hold on. Let elements by ID. Okay. Now, what ID are we looking for? Like I said, the ID is what the greeting element is confusing. Okay. Let me just copy it. Then I can now do uh dot what now? On click. So on click of no, it's really good one. Now we let us make it in our HTML. Then we can change it to whatever we want to. So instead of hello class now, we can just change it to so hello class. We can change it to hello code for Jesus, hello code for students. Okay. So when I save this now and I come back to my browser, my review now, you can see it has automatically changed the content. Now, why this is important? Why how I give this for? Why this is important is because sometimes some content of the of let's say a web page needs to be changed dynamically. Maybe something happened, let this happen. Okay, something happened, let this happen. So this is one of the examples. So now we can also take it down now that one of the things JavaScript can do is that JavaScript can change the content of an element. Now, the content of the element used to be hello class, right? But with JavaScript, I have dynamically changed, not like okay, not dynamically anymore. I have changed it to hello code for Jesus students. If I take away this part now, I take it away and I save, okay, and I come back again and I run, that's it. That's changed back to hello class. Then once I bring back the JavaScript, okay, once I bring back the JavaScript and I come back here, I see that I've gone back to what JavaScript has changed it to. So one of the things JavaScript can do, like I said earlier, is to change the content of an element. Okay. So are we excited to check out what another thing JavaScript can do? We're excited. So now JavaScript can also change the value of attributes. Okay. So when we do attribute, I said attribute has three parts, right? I said attribute name, value, quotation mark, and what and before to site. Okay, so before that, let us do something. Let us download the sheet. I've done that before this class. Let's see. Let's download. Let us check that. If I don't download one or two, okay, if this will take our time, let's on right now. It will take our time. So now, during the course of the class, we taught how to create links, right? But let's read it. Okay, before I continue, if you can still hear me, I'd like you to just indicate the chat, so let me bring up someone taking for myself. Please indicate if you can still hear me. If you can still hear me, indicate in the chat so I know that you still hear me. Okay, please. So now, like I said, I wanted to use JavaScript to change the value of attribute. Okay, like I said earlier, attribute has three types of it, three parts rather. The attribute name, the value, and so. But since I'm trying to download images and my network is not really what I expected, let me just try another method. Okay. So let's say I want to let me click on that file now. So let me just move this for green or HTML. I'm just going to HTML. Let's just write paragraph here and now if we save this now, I will come to this folder with HTML. I will create a link here. Okay. Let's say I create link. Sorry, there's no anyway, but we use Apple tag. Okay. So I want this link to take me to for doing the HTML, right? So I can just come here and I say I'll come here and say go green, right? So if I come back to my browser, and I reload, I will see a link that's taking me to the game. So once I click on Godwin now, it takes me to that Godwin page. Okay, let me make that Godwin page. Yeah, I'm there. H3, right? So H3, I just write I am right. Okay. So what I save this now. So back to this one now. Why it shows that one. So I want to use JavaScript now to change the value of this attribute here. Remember, this href is an attribute, right? This href is the attribute name. This equal to it, equal to sign. Then this what they call this? This HTML is the what now? Is the value, okay? But we can use JavaScript to change the value. How do we do that? Okay. So let us, like I said, JavaScript is written where in between script tags. Okay. So now when we talk about how to insert JavaScript, then we'll now learn that there is internal, external. But for now, let's just proceed with it. So now we want to change the value of this href. So how do we do that? So let's just give this link an ID. Let's give them ID of what should be the ID? So let's give them ID of ID. Let's give them ID of maybe link. Okay. So we can just say documents does want to just get element by ID, get element by ID, or what I'm changing now. What is the new? The ID here is link, right? Just pay attention, you may not have everything. I just want to know what you're asking. Okay. Okay. So how do we continue now? what do you want to change now? We want to change href. We can be dot href. What is the href to? What do you want to change it to now? So let's change it to video.com, right? The plan is to video dot com. Okay, let's save this now. Let's try it out. Okay, so let's go back to the index of this table. So index of the table now, normally if you have to click this link, it should take us to Godin. But if I click on this thing now, taking me to Godin.com, then Google.com. I don't know why I should be that. Let's look at this page. But the point is that it can change the value. So on getting to this place now, I see that instead of normal Godin, it's now showing the middle of Google.com. So it has changed the value. Okay. So now this would be very easier if we are maybe if I was able to download image or images, it's very easier. So like how do I make it? Let's say I have an image element here. Let's say I have an image element here. IMG. Okay. And maybe where the picture is maybe let's say picture dot picture dot maybe JPG or PNG. Now there's no picture here. I don't have any image. I'm just giving you an instance. Okay. So if I want to change this so I can just I want to give it an ID. I can just give it an ID. I'll give it an ID of so I can give it an ID of image. I can give it an ID of IMG, that image, right? So if this is correct, so if this works, we can change the value of this image. So we can input another image using JavaScript. This will not work because I don't have to make it. Yeah, I'm very sorry. My laptop is about it. I can have to make it also like that. So let me just so I can just do that by doing something like this. I am document of the element by ID, document of the element by ID, right? And I can just what ID am I getting now? The ID I'm getting is IMG, right? IMG, right? So if I go like this, so I now do what? But SRC, the attribute I want to change is what? SRC. So I want to change the value now. Instead of showing any picture of PNG, I want to show card. Maybe there's another picture as card or PNG, or that's card or JPG or card or JPEG. So I can just change it here like this. I just change it to maybe card or PNG. So automatically JavaScript changes. Okay. So one thing we can also do is that we can use JavaScript to change styling. Okay, but what we do now, and everybody should start along now. So everybody just get your PS code running. I cannot very sure that you have to play. Okay. So let's just start something here. Let me clear everything out. Is that okay? So now let's say I have a paragraph here now. Okay. And according to the let's start from this. Let me just verify. So I have now I don't know if it's very important. There are different ways to add CSS to it. To an HTML document. Okay? There's internal and there's external. Okay? So for the course of this program or this code or this particular this class, we're using internal CSS. Okay, but for that, let's just start something. So I have H3, right? I have H3, and the H3 is going to be 14, right? 14. Now, what else do I do now? And I have this paragraph, right? And so then let me put it down. Sorry, can you see my screen or am I lecturing too tiny? Please indicate in the chat box. And not include the phone. My screen is lecturing too tiny. Can I increase the font or I'll put like this? Please, am I speaking to myself?
It's okay, it's okay.
So, okay, so much I can get it. So let me just okay with it. That should be better. I can't pronounce your name. Wow. Very good. So let's proceed right now. So now let's say we have something like this, right? So once I save this now, let me add another paragraph. Let me add another paragraph here. Okay. So this paragraph now, let us copy what we have here. So I believe everybody should have done this. So everybody did this. So let's give this everything ID. I just want to make it easier for everybody. So let's give some idea of header, right? Let's give this one an idea of S, right? Let's give some idea of first. And let's give this one an ID of second. Okay. So I want to believe everybody have done this. Okay, so let's proceed now. So, like I said, you write HTML in between script elements. Okay. So now some people can place, or some people will choose to place the script in the head, some people will choose to place the script in the body. I would advise you for now. I will explain later. Okay, during the course of this class, maybe tomorrow's class. But for today's class, let's just be placing it in the body. Okay. So place right was the script was right. So now let's proceed. I want to do everybody have gotten to this page. So if you have gotten to this stage, can you just indicate in the chat box so that let me know that we're open. I want all of us to do this one together. Also to the picture JavaScript, how JavaScript can be useful, or how more JavaScript can be interesting. I'm waiting for us. I also look at them that we have view or share going to the campus. What more question? Okay, people better than me, I have to continue. So, like I said, there are different ways of adding styles. Okay, there's inline way, like inline CSS, the internal CSS, and the external CSS. I'm not going to be teaching that. I want to believe we've done that during the CSS classes. I want to believe we still have about that. Okay. So we're going to be using, let's use internal CSS now, right? So how do we do that? We write some create the style elements in the head, right? Then I think we have five attributes. What type of we put in here? Text plus CSS. Okay. So now we can work with this, right? So for the H3 now, if I don't give, okay, let's start with the body. Let's call body here, and I give out the background color of what color should we use? Let's use color black. Let's use color black. Okay. Now moving forward, before this stuff, I think Miss Vera asked us to do something like this. Before our margin zero, margin zero, right? Margin zero. Please, if you have any, before I continue, if you have any questions, can you ask? Graduate what to have done so far. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? So, like I said, JavaScript can be used to do a lot of things. Okay, we use HTML for marking of web pages, in this case, the style of web pages, right? Then for JavaScript, we use JavaScript to implement functions. So JavaScript is a scripting language. According to programming, it's not a programming language anyway. So any question, please? If you're following, just write for the chat box so that I will have to follow. Now, okay. Don't write following. Let us put it to myself. Okay, so my side should slow down small. That's smoothing. Okay. I'm giving you time. As I'm talking now, I'm giving you time to just do this. Basic thing. So let us run what we have here. Let's run what we have here. So this is what we should have. So this is what we have. Now the reason why everything is totally black is because remember we need the background color of black. Then just add color to the paragraph changing. So let us make all the paragraphs one color. Let's say take a color of orange. Okay, so what we save now, I think that is different now. Okay, our H3 is not showing here. Let's add let's H3. So H3 now, take a color of white. Right? White, like, let me not use the color. So we all should be on the same page now. We all should be on the same page now. We all should be on the same page now. Right? Timothy, have you gotten to this stage?
No, sir.
Have you gotten to this stage?
So please, can I go back to your VS Code?
Are we good to go? Are you good to go?
So I just continue, sir.
Well, I want you to follow. I want one person to follow me so that we'll just be able to relate. Because I think everyone will follow me on this thing. Okay, let me continue. So now we can use CSS, sorry, we can use JavaScript to change the styling of everything that we're doing here. How is that possible? Now, if we run this code now, you can see that we have what we have here. Okay? So this is what CSS has done, basically. But we can use JavaScript to change the content of what we have here. Not content. Oh, yes, you can also change content. I think we've done that before. Also change content. But this time around, uh, we want to change CSS property. Okay. So let us have that. Okay. So moving forward. So now I want to change the color of, let's have on the HTML. I want to change the color of HTML now. So how do I do that? I think I've done something similar. So I can just say documents. So now in JavaScript, what we work on is work on the DOM. Okay. So let us say document means document. So this document dot get elements by ID. Okay. I'm intentionally not wanting to use so much um vocabulary so that at the end of the day I will not end up confusing. I wanted to go ahead to explain what to do. For the course of this class, we're not going to deep into JavaScript. Just for the basics. Let us continue. So the document of get element by ID. What ID are we changing now? The ID is the header, right? So let's just copy this. The document of get element by ID. What do we want to change? We want to change the style. Okay. So dot style dot what now? Dot color. Okay. So we want to change the color to initially. I think the color for the H3 was white, right? So we can change it to red. How do we do that? Like this. So I just take red and I save this thing and let's come back and see. Wow. This is beautiful, right? So we can see how we can change the property of CSS using JavaScript. So like I said earlier, we can change content of an element. That's what where we can change. Yes, we did that earlier. So we can change attribute values. Okay. And now what we're changing now is what CSS style. So while spending so much time on this small aspect of what. So let us just change one more paragraph so that I can just call it quickly for this particular paragraph. So we can also change document or get element by ID. Let us change the color of the first paragraph or should we do second paragraph? Anyone. So for the first paragraph, I think the ID is first, right? So dot style, dot color. So let's change it to I think it was orange before, I mean. Let us change it to white. Let's change it to white now. White. Control S. That's it. That's changed to white. So just look at what we've done so far. How we proceed. Do you think you understand? You might not understand the syntax, like what is the number ID, whatever. But you think you are able to grab what we can do. One more thing, you can use JavaScript to show and hide uh, content from the web. You can use JavaScript to show and hide content from the web. We try that out. So let's try it out. Okay, let me just use this. Let's just go through. Let's use this. So let's just clear everything we have here. Okay. So we want to show elements and we want to hide elements. Okay. So let us start by creating two buttons. Okay. So button one. I think most of us know what buttons is. Buttons are in HTML. I want to believe there are covered that. But if not, you should know. Maybe if you are on the web page and you see maybe sign up, that thing that you click on to sign up, that's called the button. Okay, this is how it is done in HTML sometimes. So let us say let's show, let's call this hide. Okay. So then let's give this button its unique ID so that we'll be able to recognize them. Okay. So let's give this one an ID of show or SH. So let us push. And let's do the second one and hide an ID of hide. Okay. ID of hide. Okay. So now, using JavaScript, you can make something disappear and appear. Sounds funny to me. So let's create a div here. Okay. In that div, I want the content to be there. So let's just say the content should be hello, code for Jesus student. Hello, code for Jesus student. For Jesus student. So before I continue, am I too fast? If I'm too fast, you can just tell me now so that I will know how to speed down my pace. Get in the chat box if I'm too fast. So are we good today? I guess I'm good to go. So this is one of the last things that we're doing today called quality data. So I just want to show us how this JavaScript can be. Then tomorrow we will take proper JavaScript code, like a proper JavaScript code. What we're going to do, or what I want to do, tell us the importance of JavaScript, what JavaScript can do, how useful or how important JavaScript is in every web page. Okay. So since somebody has indicated this part, I want to do right? So let's just I say hello, good continuous then that. So we want to use JavaScript now. Let me see this out. We want to use JavaScript now to either show, can see what a button is now, how a button works. So we want to use JavaScript to either show or hide this content. Exactly. So let's proceed. So there's something called function in JavaScript. I would not explain what that is. Like I said, I'm looking to show us what JavaScript does. Okay? Let's just pull up our head. Just around. So like I said earlier, that we write JavaScript in between script stars, right? So I'm going to create two separate functions now. And these functions will perform what I want to do. So let's say I want to create a function. First of all, I want to create a function to show, okay, so function. So this is the syntax for creating a function. So just write function keyword, then the function name. So the name of this function now is show, right? So after that, you have to put what the parentheses. Then after that, you have to put the word the curly brackets. So we created what the function now. So what does this function do? So I want this function to show. So how am I going to do that? So I want to show. Let's give this div an ID. So let's give them ID of, let's say, content, right? Content. Let's give ID of content. In fact, for this buttons, I don't think we actually need an ID, but let's just continue. So moving forward, we can now say that on click on this function, we want something to happen. But let us take it one step back. So document on get element by ID. So what element are we getting this time now? We're getting the content element, right? We want to see. Sorry, JavaScript is not as easy as HTML CSS. JavaScript is a little bit more advanced than HTML CSS because it requires you to stretch your ability. In fact, I don't know who joined earlier. Why you joined? I was working on something. I was at project I was doing my day. Now, progress. So let's continue. So that's what I get element by ID content. So we want to play with the CSS now. You know, in CSS you can do display node and display block to make something disappear or something. So dot style, right? Dot display, that's the property we want to affect now. So display to dot display. What do you want to do that? We want it to be display block. We want it to display block. Okay. So once you also do the same thing for height, right? So what click on that function now? The name of the function should be height. You can name this function whatever you like anyway. So but I just want to name something that is conventional, you know, we can get that name, right? So something like this. Okay. So document or get element by ID. Okay. Document or get element by ID. What element are we still getting this time around? I'm getting content. So what is dot style dot display, right? So you want it on click of this button, you want that element appear. So let's change it to none, right? So we created two different functions now. So how are we going to proceed? So we have to like look for a way to attach these functions to these two buttons. Okay, look for a way to attach this function to each button. So one of the properties or one of the attributes that only is there I've talked about is the on-click attribute. Okay, so on-click attribute is used to assign maybe a click action to an element. Okay. So for this test button now, you cannot remove this idea. That's what we do. Maybe okay, let's do this. Use it to style it. So let's just add the on-click attribute. So on click of this thing, what we want to, the function we want to call. So for the show, we want to call the show function. Okay, this is how we call the function. So for the hide, we call the hide function. Okay, for the hide, we call the hide function. So now let us try out what it does. Okay, let's put it up. So on click of hide, what will happen? Then we load. So on click on hide, the element disappears. So when we click on show, okay, when we click on show, the element should come back. So on click on hide, the element disappears. On click on show, we have the problem there. On show, document load, that element by ID content, thousands. Oh, we set direction here. Then what we start of display. I need to pay attention to the work now. So on click on show, the element should on click on hide, the element goes away. On click on show, the element comes back. So I think most of us have seen something like this when we are going through websites. See something like maybe read more. Okay, so maybe you click on this, again, like WhatsApp, there's something like show less, show more. Let's say this one, this hide now is for show less. This show is for show more. Understand? So this is how, so I think we are beginning to connect dots now. There's some things you just see on the web pages like, what is this magic? Maybe you are reading through content and you have something that says show more and show less. This is almost how the functionality is being written. So let's say this is for show less now. If I click on hide, goes away. If I click on show, comes. You cannot do this thing in any other way than on web pages using HTML and CSS. Never. You have to use JavaScript to initiate this thing. Okay. So like I said, how many things have we talked about now? I said JavaScript can be used to change content of an element. One, JavaScript can be used to change or change the value of an attribute. JavaScript can be used to change style properties. JavaScript can be used to hide or show an element. So we've done 4 things JavaScript can do, but so far so good. I don't think you can actually do most of this things because you don't understand the basic concept. So what I'm trying, or what I did today basically is to tell us or show us the importance of JavaScript. So tomorrow class, I want us to turn up for the class. We would now take JavaScript as a course, start from the beginning and dissect it. Okay. So any questions so far? I need to chat with. We have no question. I just want to begin. Any questions so far? Any question? Please reply me now. Let me know that I'm not talking to myself. If you have questions, you can ask. Feel free. Mr. Timothy, Mrs. Messi, or Miss Miss Messi.
No questions, sir.
Okay, no question. Okay, so in answer to no question, I guess you have to follow tonight. So let's just say a brief prayer. Okay. Father, we thank you for letting us to study. Thank you for keeping us alive. Thank you for what we thank you for me and what we learned in the stop covenant our brain. Thank you, Jesus. But we also pray that tomorrow we up here in and healthy, that we'll be able to connect without network with our parents, be able to connect without our video. I think that was the reason to what about present parents to pray the video to. Okay, so if you have any other question, my number is on the group, can just message me private. I might take a little bit of the time to like send it and apply the question without looking access of no question. This tomorrow.